everyone, this is Carly with Period Drama Style and Swoon-Worthy podcast, and I'm here today with fellow period drama enthusiast Sunny, and we just want to chat about the news this week. Pride and Prejudice, the upcoming Netflix miniseries adaptation. I woke up earlier this week to the first official look, and it was the Bennet sisters and Mrs. Bennet in a row walking in a field much like one of the shots we've seen from the 2005 movie version with Keira Knightley. Hard not to compare these photos. Any initial thoughts, Sunny?
Oh my gosh, Carly. Okay, so first of all, I actually found out through your period drama style Instagram, which is how I find out all my period drama news. And I actually saw the photo, and at first it didn't register. I thought it was a screenshot from the 2005 movie at first. And then I looked closer and I was like, oh my gosh, wait, that's Olivia Coleman. That's Emma
Yeah.
Corrin. And I was like freaking out. Because I mean, obviously it was like a surprise drop, right? Like nobody knew
Mm-hmm.
this like first look was coming. And yes, I totally agree with you. I was like, I'm pretty sure there's a very similar sort of like promotional image taken
Uh-huh.
from the 2005 version. I immediately like made that comparison. So I'm really glad you posted those photos side by side. But yeah,
Yeah.
how cool is that? I'm so excited.
I'm excited. I know a lot of fans are very weary of this one. Fans of Jane Austen,
Mm.
fans of both the 95 miniseries and the 2005 movie. There's some hesitation here, there's some feelings and a lot of comments going around. But I know you and I've talked in the past, like we're here for any of the adaptations, anything new.
I'm actually not super like tuned into that. Could you speak a little bit about maybe like what the hesitations are, like the
Oh yeah.
controversies?
Yeah, I think it's just such a strong fandom for both the
Mm.
miniseries and the movie. And we have two incredible Elizabeth Bennets that already exist, right? So we have Jennifer Ehle in the miniseries, and I mean and the Mr. Darcys. We have Colin Firth in that one. And then we have Keira Knightley in the movie alongside Matthew Macfadyen. And I don't know, I think it's gonna be what I'm hearing is it's gonna be hard to top those two.
Mm.
You know
I
what I
mean,
mean?
yes, agreed. They were incredible adaptations, but I'm ready. I'm ready for another one. Give it to me.
Yeah. And we haven't had a mini series version, which can really dive into the details of the book since 1995. So there are some people out there who probably haven't seen the longer drawn out miniseries version. This might be new to them, and maybe it'll inspire them to read Jane Austen's novel. I mean, I think we should be a bit supportive.
Oh my gosh, for sure. I mean, I'm so excited about the fact that it's going to be a mini series. Like, I love, settling in and like knowing that there are like many, many hours of this to enjoy and to just
Mhm.
like absorb. And totally agree with you. I think even the 2005 version, which was a shorter, film
Yeah.
adaptation, 2 hours, I thought they did a great job of like
Yeah.
integrating so much of the dialogue from the books and stuff. So I'm excited to see more of that in the mini series.
Yeah. Now we have known about the three Pride and Prejudice leads since April, three of the leads. Emma Corrin as Elizabeth Bennet, Jack Lowden as Mr. Darcy, and Olivia Coleman as Mrs. Bennet. People are buzzing about Olivia Coleman in this. They are ready to see her in this role. And then you got the other two who are great actors. There's no doubt about that. We've seen Olivia Coleman and Emma both in The Crown together, so it'll be interesting to see them again on the screen.
Yes, I totally agree. And it's so funny. Again, like I always discover these connections through your Instagram. Like I don't think about it and then I make the connection. I totally forgot that they played that sort of like mother-daughter dynamic in The Crown, even though, of course, they were like big characters in The Crown.
Mhm.
Um, this relationship between Mrs. Bennet and Elizabeth are like so, so, so different from
Yeah.
Queen Elizabeth and Princess Diana. So it'll be fun to see like the switcheroo and like how they
Yeah.
interact. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we have Jack Loudon, who I love his interview where he's talking about he's going to break barriers being the first ginger Mr. Darcy. I think that's hilarious. Like his sense of humor is so funny.
I so agree. I watched that clip like 1,000 times. And you know what? I really think that interview sold me on him as Mr. Darcy because,
Hmm.
just from like first appearances, you're like, okay. didn't know him very well, like haven't seen him in a ton of other things.
Hmm.
But then you watch that interview and you just kind of get it, right? Like
Yeah.
he's very suave. He's like has a very dry sense of humor. Yeah, I totally see it now.
Yeah. No, it's true. I think I just can't wait to see what they do with the roles, if they do it, approach it very differently, or if they really lean on some of the past performances. And then I have to talk about the news this week. Rufus Sewell being Mr. Bennet. Thoughts on that?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay, mind blown. Like, what a diabolical genius casting choice on the part of Netflix. Yeah, he's definitely giving like zaddy energy, like
Yeah. Oh,
totally
yeah.
like a zaddy for our generation. That's like our Mr. Bennett.
Hmm.
So funny. Yeah, I feel like to me, he is like the dark, like mysterious, sort of like handsome figure, like the kind of characters we see in like Tristan and Isolde
Yep.
or A Knight's Tale, And I actually haven't watched all of the Victoria miniseries, but my sister has, and she loves him. She
Yeah.
like said she had a total crush on him. So yeah, he is this kind of like heartthrob, like kind of
Yeah.
an icon in that way. And yeah, I don't know. I love it. I love it.
I love it, but it's funny because people are saying, "How am I going to pay attention to Mr. Darcy when Rufus Sewell's on the screen with Miss as Mr. Bennett?" But
Yeah, can relate.
yeah, yeah, no, he's great in Victoria. There's, so many roles. Like when he was a bit younger, and then even up until the past, the more recent years. But we'll see how it all plays out. We won't get into all of the cast updates today, but I did want to point out one other one. Fiona Shaw has been announced as Lady Catherine de Bourgh, and we just learned maybe last week that Fiona Shaw will be playing a character in the Sense and Sensibility remake, Mrs. Jennings. So how crazy is that? Two Austen
Yes.
adaptations.
Yes, she is booked and busy. We love to see it. We
Yeah,
love Fiona Shaw. I
yeah,
actually just I watched I think it was like the 1995 production of Persuasion for the first
yes.
time, and she played Captain Wentworth's sister.
Hmm.
I thought she was so good in that. She
I
played like the
know.
cool aunt, and I love
Hmm.
that for her because like previous to that, I had only really, I mean, I had known her of course as Mrs. Dursley and Harry
Hmm.
Potter, in a couple more roles where she played a little bit of the biting villain. So
Yes.
to see her in a role like uh Captain Wentworth's sister, like this kind, cool, like very worldly sort of like older lady that you could like go to for like guidance.
Yeah.
I'm like, I totally see her. Like in all these roles, yeah, I think she's perfect.
Yeah, and I mean to switch from being comical, lovable Miss Jennings to then Lady Catherine de Bourgh, who has been iconically portrayed by Dame Judi Dench in the '05 version. It's going to be great, but we know that Fiona Shaw can do both.
Yes, exactly. She can do
Hmm.
both.
Yeah, yeah, and that is a great persuasion role. And then also Fiona Shaw plays Aunt Reed in one of the Jane Eyre movies, and that's like another kind of villainous role.
Oh
So
my gosh. Yeah,
yeah,
I have to revisit that.
yeah.
Very cool.
So we'll see. So that's a big one. And then let's just take it back to Sense and Sensibility remake again. Because we already shared the news together, Daisy Edgar Jones. We talked in length about that. That was before some of the other casting updates. And I think it was last week we learned the Outlander star, Claire, Katrina Balfe, is playing Mrs. Dashwood. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, another icon, right? Like incredible.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think yeah, she's gonna be great. So excited.
And it's funny because I didn't expect that for some reason. I couldn't, like, I would never would have predicted that. But then when it happened and we learned of the announcement, I was like, yeah, this is cool. This makes sense somehow.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Any other casting from either of these two adaptations that stand out to you, or you're just kind of, waiting to see more photos and more, I don't
Yes.
know. And you don't,
I don't know if did you want to touch
oh,
on the casting for the Bingley siblings for Pride and Prejudice? And I only mention it because I did see in the comments of I think it was like the Vanity Fair article that announced the casting updates. There's some comments being like, oh, like, why are they making like an inaccurate version? Like, what's the point of this, et cetera, et cetera. But I think there is a way, that Netflix can approach this and like make it believable, even for like the non-believers slash haters.
Hmm.
Um, so they could do it one of two ways. The first way is like total 100% colorblind casting, right? Which like we've seen for decades in like theater. It's just like colorblind casting. We've seen that before. Or it could be this sort of like parallel universe slash like alternate timeline, the kind that we see in like Bridgerton and Queen
Bridgerton, yeah.
Charlotte,
Hmm.
right? But I do think there could be a way in Pride and Prejudice for this to make sense because the Bingleys, it is well known that they are considered new money, in contrast to, say, a character like Mr. Darcy, who's like landed gentry and inherited his estate and his
Yeah.
fortune through generations in his family. Whereas, and I've kind of like become aware of this through listening to the Gilded Age podcast. There truly was the existence of this like black elite, this
Hmm.
black community in Brooklyn at the time. And who's to say that the same sort of black elite did not exist in British society, right? I don't think it's totally impossible, for a black merchant to then make his fortune, and then the second generation, his sons and daughters would
Yeah.
then, be able to enter society through, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But I think they did that on purpose. They must have. That is my only reasoning for like how they could maybe include, like, try and attempt a version of like historical accuracy.
Hmm.
Um, the only other way would be like total colorblind casting, which I am like also all for. Like that's just like
Yeah.
fun, right? But yeah, that's my theory. That's my theory for like how they're going to approach this.
Yeah. I'm all for it. And I think sometimes I like the fact that actors are chosen just because of their talent and because they can embody the character and it's not about the color of their skin. No, I knew there was going to be some negative comments around
Yeah.
it, around the casting announcement there, but I think they look great together. I think I'm excited about it. And the actor who's playing Mr. Bingley was in Peaky Blinders. And so I feel like a
Yes.
lot of these actors have period drama backgrounds.
Yeah, they've got the chops.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm excited. But those were great insights. So, and predictions, and we'll see how Netflix approaches it. I noticed with the photo, the first official look, that they were all wearing sort of a fall color theme. So we have Elizabeth Bennet in a dark red. We have some more muted pinks and blues, and browns. I don't know. Did you think like maybe they were trying to set themselves apart from maybe the more spring-like look of the 2005 adaptation?
Okay, wow, Carly, I did not pick up on that at all, but that's so true. You're right. It is a vibe, like
Yeah.
the springy, like fresh, lush greenness of the 2005 version. Like you really feel that. Um, ooh, I would love to see autumn in the English countryside for this version. I think that
Yeah.
would be so beautiful.
That's my
Yeah.
prediction there. Other comments that were, maybe a little negative, they said they don't look like sisters, like this row of actors, they don't necessarily look like sisters. And it did make me think, I love the 2017 Little Women. It's very underrated because they all look like they could be sisters in real life. So I do like it when that does happen in a period drama. It's kind of like, perhaps lightning in a bottle or something, but I don't know. But it's also, they're so far away, it's hard to tell.
Yeah. Okay, that's really funny. I didn't know that was a criticism. I guess, valid. I would argue that the cast in the 2005 version do not look like at
Yeah,
all.
yeah.
Like Keira Knightley does not look like Rosamund Pike,
Mm-hmm.
does not look like who plays Mary? I love her and I'm forgetting her name. But they all look
Tallulah.
Yes, Tallulah Riley.
Yes, I think
Yes.
so.
They all look so different. I
Yeah.
would say as a viewer, I actually kind of appreciate it when like siblings look a little different. It helps me like,
Ah, yes.
stay with each character
That's
a little
true.
better. It's a little more clear, especially if you're new to the sort of like Austen verse of it all and you aren't familiar with the characters. Because you weren't part of that, like you didn't watch the other adaptations growing up. So
That's a
yeah,
good
I don't
point.
know. I'm all for it.
No, that's a good point, distinguishing the characters. And then one other thing is that they said, which one is Elizabeth Bennet? So some people who didn't know who Emma Corrin was were like, who is this in the lineup? I mean, they recognize Olivia Coleman a bit more. And I think it's funny because in the 2005 version, Keira is the only one not wearing a bonnet in the,
Oh.
and in this one, I think some people they're all in a line. It's hard to tell if any, if they had put Elizabeth Bennet more in the foreground a bit, to set, the character apart. But I don't know. Just little, people are going to pick at things.
Okay, that's so funny. I even without looking for Emma Corrin's face, I immediately clocked Lizzie just because she's the only one wearing like a coat. Like all the other
Mm,
sisters, I would say the other
yeah.
sisters are wearing very like traditionally feminine outerwear with like the shaped
Hmm.
waist and like I think Mary's wearing a cloak maybe.
Yeah.
But I would say, like Lizzie's whole, she's like a tomboy, that's like her character. And
Hmm.
like I would say her jacket is like the most
Ooh, I like that. I like
like,
that.
maybe not traditionally feminine silhouette.
Whereas
Yeah.
Jane's is very feminine, the traditional police kind of thing. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, cool. Well, there you have it, folks. These are our initial thoughts on the casting announcements and this photo that Netflix released this week. And we'll bring more insights. We'll bring more of our opinions to you throughout the production of Pride and Prejudice and Sense and Sensibility. One more question, Sunny. Which one are you most excited about?
Ah,
Is that
I
hard to
knew
say?
you were going to ask me this question, and I was trying to come up with an answer. I think Pride and Prejudice, just because it's going to be a series and there will be like more
Mm,
to enjoy, like more to dig into. That is my only reason.
fair enough.
Otherwise, yeah, really looking forward to both. I'm wearing this shirt. I
I
don't know if
love.
you can read it,
Yeah,
but
yeah, no,
it
I can
says,
see it.
"What
Yeah.
excellent boiled potatoes." In celebration of the Pride and Prejudice casting announcements.
That's amazing. Okay, cool. I think I'm looking forward to Sense and Sensibility just a little more.
Ooh, tell me more.
I think that because Focus Features, who brought us the 2005 Keira Knightley Pride and Prejudice, is handling this Sense and Sensibility, I'm hoping for this aesthetic masterpiece of Sense and Sensibility, which, of course,
Yes.
I love the Emma Thompson, Kate Winslet version, don't get me wrong, but I think newer audiences could really appreciate this new retelling. So, yeah.
Oh, I totally agree. That's a great point, actually.
Yeah.
Yes, they're in good hands with Focus Features.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you, Sunny, for bringing your thoughts and opinions, and we'll catch you next time, guys. Bye.